Good evening and welcome to our first Parent University for the 2021-22 school year. We are really excited to have everybody join us and everybody virtually in our webinar today. Our topic today is on character formation, our character formation project, really in light of tomorrow being Civic Celebration Day. So hopefully you have heard our messages and maybe even heard from your scholar about celebrating Sandra Day O'Connor Day tomorrow. And with that, we just wanted to give you a little bit of information about the character formation project. Your scholars will be diving more deeply into this tomorrow as part of the Civic Celebration Day, but it is also part of our regular curriculum. So every week they will be experiencing the character lessons and going through the different stories really focused on our virtues. So we just wanted to give all of the parents a chance to learn a little bit more about that. If coming out of this you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to your school site leaders or your child's teacher directly, and they can give you even more information about our CFP project. And with that, we will turn it over to Omar, the principal of our Mesa campus, to kick us off.
My name is Omar Tab. I am the principal over at Eagle College Prep Mesa. As Ms. Fantasia said, we will be talking about our character formation project today. As you know, EAGLE stands for Expecting Academic Greatness with a Loving Emphasis, and it's that loving emphasis that is the foundation of our school culture. And that part is really helps us lead students to find their greater purpose, and it's that greater purpose that our character formation project is all about. So we're going to dive in to that and let you see how you can partner with us to help your students grow their character.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Phillips, and I am the principal of Eagle College Prep Phoenix South. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit regarding what's this all about? How does the character formation process work? How are the lessons designed? And how do we to grow internally motivated character amongst our scholars? So the Character Formation Project is a journey that equips and trains people to live fulfilling lives that serve a greater purpose. It's more than behavioral training or self-improvement. It's about growing internally motivated people whose character transcends context. And it's all about answering or speaking to the statement, there's something bigger than me. And so when we talk about a greater purpose, it's a cause or a passion that we feel deeply about, one that we would give up our own self-interest. It's a context bigger than ourselves. So what does a greater purpose mean in a civic context? Because that's what we use at Eagle College Prep. Well, in the civic version of Character Formation Project, it means individual character is acquired in the larger context of preserving the human freedoms of life, liberty, and the opportunity to pursue fulfilling lives. And so that's our goal, to grow internally motivated people. Every classroom will have bigger examples of these posters that talk about the character virtues of our character formation project. There's courage, diligence, identity, integrity, justice, purpose, respect, responsibility, and self-sacrifice. And so we also have civic content goals. It is absolutely civic centered. That means the stories and the lessons are historically accurate and they connect to a greater context that advances the ideals of human dignity, freedom, and opportunity for all. They're character forming. Each lesson has an opportunity for students to experience, internalize, and activate the virtues that we're discussing. I lost the word for a minute. They're also engaging. They're strong questions that speak to our students and that catalyze stimulating discussions. And it's frictionless. The lessons are tight and focused and speak specifically to that character trait we're looking to develop.
Hello, I'm Julie Verley. I'm the principal at Eagle Maryvale. I'm going to dive into the three-step process, which Ms. Phillips touched on. So we have 3 different steps: experience, internalize, and activate. Experience is be the person in the story. The students are going to stand in their shoes to imagine the pain and struggle and what
difficulties
we portray. Internalizing, we're going to take in the influential person's experience and make it our own. And then when we move into activate, it's commit to working on the virtues that were exhibited in the story. So a little bit deeper into step 1, which is experience. The students will either read a story or it will be read to them. And through these vivid stories, character growers stand in the shoes of the main character in the story and reflect on the person's actions, as well as what their own actions might be in that situation. Step 2, internalize. So once we're reading the story, we experience it, now we're going to internalize. So this process guides the character grower to make a special connection with the main character in the story, internalizing the experience of the character. And then the last step, step 3, is activate it. Finally, the process simulates the action is motivated by our greater purpose.
All right. So in the class, we would show a video of that nature, which would be the influencer. This is the person in history that has influenced life, whether it's law or just other people, had a greater purpose and a sense. And then we would walk through the 3-step process. Step 1, again, experiencing the
a Facebook Live.
Step 1, experience. So we'd ask students to stand in Jackie Robinson's shoes. How do you think he feels when he plays his first game? What's in his mind? What's in his heart? What do you think he saw in the stadium the night he first played? And so as you think about that and you think about the video, please feel free to put something in the chat, in terms of what do you think he felt when he was standing in that stadium, listening.
We kept talking and
recognizing how important and significant the moment was for him. Step 2, internalize. Then we ask students to take what they felt about Jackie Robinson and then internalize it. Think about the greater purpose of advancing human freedom. What do you think Jackie Robinson saw as his purpose and his part of this part of his story? How does that clarify any part of your own purpose? And so we asked them to take what they felt about Jackie Robinson and begin to apply it to themselves. And that's where that sense of greater purpose comes. And then step 3, we activate it. Once students identify their greater purpose and how this applies to their own life, then they have to activate how am I going to take action on that newfound clarity that I have for myself. And this is where parents and teachers and administrators come in, because we have to figure out how we can help them take action on their newfound clarity today and tomorrow and the day after. And this is where the growth happens when it comes to character formation.
Arizona region. And
hi, my name is Rebecca Hancock, and I'm the principal at Eagle South Mountain, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you tonight.
In preparation for tomorrow,
character, we recognize that we cannot do it alone. As wonderful and powerful as we believe the classroom environment is, we know that we need you to partner with us in order to really help scholars to internalize and own these character virtues. It's your involvement that will help them to become people of integrity, people who live
across all of our campuses,
self-sacrificing. And so we want to invite you to join us as we notice and celebrate and identify when our scholars are acting in ways that are diligent and that are justice oriented, and maybe conversely to have conversations about when they or someone else are not acting in ways that show integrity and these other virtues.
About our
I encourage you. You are your child's first and greatest influencers. And so please join us in highlighting the importance of becoming people who serve a greater purpose, who think beyond ourselves, and who know that what we do matters in the long run and to others. And so if you have, I know many of you have been parents for a long time, and so if you have ideas of ways to grow your children's character and virtues, we invite you to drop those in the chat box. We would love to hear from you, or feel free to drop those on Facebook as well, so that we can support one another in our communities as we grow scholars who are people of virtue. And so we want to thank you so much for your time this evening and for your flexibility.
as part of our
We've had these technical issues, and we are really, as a leadership team, we are happy and grateful to serve you as scholars, and we look forward to a great year of watching them grow in virtue and in academics.